Okay, this is lesson 6.2. Today, in this part of the lesson, we're going to be working with writing function rules and then evaluating functions. So here it says, write a function rule for the output is 5 less than the input. Okay, so the output is 5 less than the input. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this out. So our output, first of all, let's remember what letter we use for that. Our output is always our y, that's our backside. Remember, it's input and then output. So these are our x's, these are our y's. So we're going to go ahead and first identify with letters what each of those are. So our input, which would be our x, and our output would be our y's. Okay, so now that we have that, we can kind of work off of there. So the output, y, means equals 5 less than would be like subtracting 5. The input. So we're going to do x is our input minus 5. Okay, there's our equation. Y equals x minus 5. Okay, so let's try another one of those. Once again, I'm very visual, so I like to kind of fill in the things and then pull it from there. So our output, that's our y, and our input is our x, and this is. Okay, so I have y equals the square of the input. So we're taking the input and squaring it. So we're taking x and squaring it. So y equals x squared. Okay, let's try one more. So again, breaking it down into what you know and then kind of filling stuff in. So the output, that's our y. So this one's not color coded, is equals 1/4 of, so that means we're multiplying, of means multiplying, the input x. So the output y equals 1/4 of x or times x. There's our equation. Okay, so in this one, taking and breaking down what's the output, it's always the y. What's the input? It's the x. The word is means equals, and then kind of just piecing everything else in there. Okay, so these, they take practice. Okay, so now we're going to continue on into evaluating expressions. Okay, so, or functions, sorry. This is going to look very similar to what you've previously done. You're going to substitute in a number that they give you, and you're going to solve the equation. So it says, what is the value of y equals 2x plus 5 when x equals 3? So you're substituting in. So y equals 2, I'm going to put a 3 in this spot, times 3 plus 5. So what does y equal? Y equals 6 plus 5 is 11. Okay, so that's what you are going through and doing in this situation. When x is 3, y is 11. So then we could actually go through and actually graph that if we needed to, because there's our coordinate pairs. Okay? And in these scenarios, that's what you previously did when you first learned how to graph slope and stuff like that. You substituted in for x every single time. So this is stuff that you've done. This is not new. Okay, so let's try another one. Find the value of y when x is 7. So we're going to put a 7 in place of this. Y equals 10 times 7. So we get y equals 70. If they wanted our coordinate pairs, we would say, well, x was 7, y was 70. Or our input was 7, our output was 70. Okay? Because sometimes they'll extend it on that also. Okay, find the value of y when x is 5. So we're going to put a 5 in place of this. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20, minus 1 is 19. We just found out that y equals 19. So coordinate pairs would be 5, 19, or our input is 5, our output is 19. Okay, all right, I'm going to give you guys one to try. Okay, so go ahead, pause your video, work your way through this one, and check back in just a minute to check your answer. Okay, so you should have gotten y equals -8. So your input would be 5, your output would be -8, or you would have 5 comma -8. Good luck with this lesson. Once again, you're substituting in. When you're evaluating, they're going to tell you one of the letters you'll substitute in.